Hi, I'm Lourdes Starshower. My mission on the planet is to bring more love into the world, one, two, or more human beings at a time, by teaching individuals to support their own self-development, their own self-love, their ability to do relationships at the highest level, and their ability to profoundly affect the world by empowering them as sacred sexual beings. With couples, it's my mission to support them in reaching higher levels of intimacy and ecstasy and emotional well-being, and to become evolutionary allies, exploring their ability to support each other on their missions on the planet while holding each other up as mirrors for further personal and couple development. And I also teach classes, retreats, and workshops around the world. This meditation is about self-love and self-pleasure. How to connect to your heart and bring yourself into the highest state of self-love possible, and then to bring that high state of self-love into how you connect to yourself, how you communicate to yourself, and how you honor yourself and how you love yourself. Starting with heart expansion. Heart math teaches us that we have more neural connections going from the heart to the brain than we have from the brain to the heart. In fact, countless years of research have shown that the brain is not in charge of the body. The heart is in charge of the brain and the body. The heart is the central station. It's our foundation from which everything else happens. Our true wisdom is in our hearts. Yes, we have wisdom in our gut, we have wisdom in our brain, and we also have wisdom in our second chakra, our sacred, sexy genitalia, our wombs, our lingam, which means wand of light, our yoni for women, which means sacred space, also has wisdom. Everything starts with the heart. So we'll start with the heart and then we'll connect to the rest of the body. If you are not full of love and full of self-love, and you're a light worker, and you're a giver, and you're a parent or a lover or a really good friend or a sister or a brother, and you are giving service into the world, then eventually your cup is going to deplete. And many of us do this. We live our lives in service in our dharma, and we don't fully complete what we need to complete within our own lives in order to make us whole. And so our cup is emptying instead of continuing to fill. If we're seeking love outside of ourselves through relationships, and we haven't found the highest level of self-love, then we are going to be doing one of two things. We're going to be either ignoring the red flags, putting on our pink, rosy sunglasses where the red flags look like pink hearts, and we don't even see them, and we allow things to happen in relationship that we never would do to anyone else. We also can sometimes talk to ourselves or treat ourselves in ways that we would never treat anyone else. The second thing that we do is we overgive in order to keep relationships. If we think we're not truly lovable or we're not truly worthy of a relationship, then we're going to be giving more than we're receiving. We may have difficulty receiving, and we may have a tendency to give and give and give in order to keep love. When our heart is full, we are flowing love. In fact, we create a toric field around ourselves from all directions, or moving towards all directions, coming from our center through our chakras and outward. And it's sort of like a fountain coming out of the top of your head. When that toric field reaches a certain level of intensity and fullness, then the love starts coming back in towards ourselves in a reverse toric field. And we can fill ourselves with the love from the universe, from divine source, from nature all around us, from Mother Gaia below us. And then there's a constant flow, love coming out, love coming back in. And this is my intention for you today. We're ready to start. I'm going to invite you to place your awareness in your heart. And as you place your awareness in your heart, you can place your hand over your heart. I'm going to close my eyes and I invite you to do the same. And as you place your awareness in your heart, I'm going to invite you to feel as though you can connect to the beautiful glowing pink light, the white light, and the pink light that exudes from your heart. And as you feel this love inside of your heart, this glowing pink light, you may also feel emerald green or sense or see emerald green, which is the color that supports the heart chakra. You may also imagine that there is wind flowing through your heart, a big breeze or a big breath of fresh air to fill your heart with even more and more love. And as your heart fills with more and more love, as you imagine it filling with pink and white light and with the color emerald green, I'm going to give you a moment to do that even more. And then begin to take big, deep breaths into your heart and out of your heart. So every breath flows into your heart and out of your heart. And as your breath flows into your heart and out of your heart, you can imagine your chest growing with every inhalation even more. Every inhalation making your heart even bigger. How much love can you receive into your heart? How much breath can you receive into your heart? Continuing to expand your breath into your heart even more. You may begin to feel that your heart is connecting and expanding outward to the trees beyond wherever you are, outward to the flowers, to the creatures, the dogs and the cats, and the birds, and the bees, and the flowers, and all of the creatures, the snakes, the squirrels, the turtles, the horses, the dolphins, and the whales, beyond your body to reach the beings of the world, including the human beings that you love, your partner if you have one, your children, your parents, your sisters and brothers, your friends, your community. And as your heart continues to expand, imagine that it's continuing to grow out in reverberating waves beyond your body, and that you can feel reverberating waves coming back into your heart. So there are waves going out and waves coming back in with every breath. Continuing to focus your awareness on your heart and to see those waves enlarging in larger and larger circles around you. I'm going to invite you now to think of something which you feel truly grateful for. It can be one thing or a couple of things. It can be people or animals or things that have happened in your world that you're grateful for. And focus your awareness for a moment on that which you're grateful for. See the images. Some of us might see like a full movie playing, a soundtrack of our favorite songs. You may even be able to smell the scents that this person or creature gives off. You may even be able to feel their love or feel the power of that which has come into your life that you're grateful for, the beauty and the power of that. And begin even more to give gratitude, to expand your gratitude outward, to encompass the depth and breadth as wide and large as you can imagine, beyond the room you're in, beyond your city, beyond your town, expanding wider and wider out into the cosmos. Staying with your breath and continuing to expand gratitude outward. And I'm going to invite you to now imagine all that love and all of that gratitude coming back in towards you. Love and gratitude coming back in towards you, receiving love from Divine Father, Mother, God, receiving love from all of the creatures, the flowers, the trees, the earth, Mother Gaia herself, all of your guides, your angels, your archangels, your ascended masters, your teachers. Imagine receiving all of that love back into your heart. And feel as though, as your heart fills with that love, you can expand that heart love up into your head even more, out through your arms, into your hands even more, down through your belly, into your hips, into your womb or your pelvis, into your yoni for women, your lingam for men, and down through your legs, your thighs, your knees, your calves, and your feet, connecting you deeply into the earth. Deeply connected now through your heart to heaven and earth and all of the creatures around you. And this is meditation number 1. You could stop right there and have a beautiful, glorious day. Or you could go on with us to the self-love and self-pleasuring aspect. Beginning with your face and your neck, your throat, and your hair. I'd like you to imagine how much you love yourself and bring that love into your face and look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, what I love about you is, or as you're watching this video, imagine that you're looking at yourself and you can say, what I love about you is. So close your eyes so you're looking inward for a moment and speak that to yourself. What I love about you is. And what more I love about you is. And what more I love about you is. And please speak about your physical appearance. Speak about your internal beauty, your inner beauty, the gifts that you give to the world, how courageous, how brave, how capable you are, how much you accomplish, and how much deserving of love you are as a human being upon this planet. And continue to speak to yourself a little bit longer. What I love about you is. What I love about you is. And what more I love about you is. And you can do this closing your eyes, or you can do it watching me and doing it together with me. I'm going to invite you to begin to caress maybe your ears. And really slow touch, where you can feel the energy of your hands, the energy of your heart moving through your hands, through your fingers, to actually feel pleasure coming from your touch. Where are your favorite places you want to be touched right now? Is it the back of your ears? Is it your throat? Is it your cheeks? Is it your hair? Really gently touching your own hair, giving self-love to your scalp, to your brain, to your pineal gland, between your forehead and the base of your skull, the center of your head, your sixth chakra, your sacred, mystical, clairvoyant, clairaudience chakra, giving love to every aspect inside of you, giving love to that place inside of you where you connect to Divine Source at the crown of your head as you touch your hair and your face. And then moving down to the nape of your neck, gently caressing with a soft touch that's full of energy. Slow it down if it's moving quickly, and be in every nuance of that sensation as you touch yourself in your upper back or your clavicle bones. It's amazing when we start to really slow down and we feel every nuance, how pleasurable this touch can be. And right here above your heart, when you rub here, you build oxytocin. And oxytocin is the hormone of love, it's the hormone of pleasure, it's the hormone of bonding, and the hormone of orgasm and nursing for both mother and child. And so if we touch ourselves here with our self-love, we can support ourselves even more in expanding the love between you and you, between you and the divine. Because our heart is directly connected to the divine. In fact, our nipples, men and women, are directly connected as heart buttons or heart pillows to the divine. So our entire chest or breast area is our heart pillows, and our nipples are our heart buttons. So as you caress your chest or your breast, depending on whether you're a man or a woman, really connect to feeling love for self, feeling a connection between yourself and the divine, and really slowing down to savor this connection. So it's not even with an intention so much to turn yourself on as it is with an intention to really fill your physical body and the place that your physical body feels love even more with love. Breathing even more into your heart as you caress your breasts. And you can stay there, or you can go ahead and move on to your arms and begin to caress your arms and your hands in the same way, very gently touching your hands as though you were discovering something new or somebody new. discovering the nuances of sensation that you feel when you touch your hands with intention to give and receive pleasure, when you touch your arms in the same way. There's actually an erogenous zone on the outside of our pinky finger, especially for women. And if we caress ourselves there, we can start to support the feeling of being very gently, very lovingly turned on. And we can also feel here, inside our elbow, another erogenous zone where we can feel ease of being, tapping into our subtle body of erotic turn-on or sensual pleasure. So we don't go right to the genitals in tantric self-love. We start at our heads and we move down and we give love to every inch of our body. And then we move to our bellies. And as we touch our bellies, we begin to feel the sense of connecting deeply. It's not really going to work that way, so you're just going to have to use your imagination. In our bellies, we're going to connect to how deeply can I love myself? How deeply can I give honor and deep love to this part of my body that nourishes me, that takes in and digests the food, and that brings me into wholeness and wellness with every bite of food that I take in, moving deeply into that place of love for ourselves in our solar plexus, the chakra that supports us in moving our gifts into the world and in digesting the world and in processing everything that happens to us in our emotions and in our daily life. I'm going to invite you to move into your back now and caress your back as though it is the most amazing part of your body. The muscles back here, especially those of you who are yogis or athletes, the amazing, intricate muscular structure in your back so deserves your love and your pleasure and your touch. And it's right behind your vertebral column, which is right behind your central channel, Sushumna, for those of you who do yoga and yogic breaths, and very close to where the chakras, our energy centers, meet in the nerve connections in our spine. And so delicious pleasure can be had by gently caressing our spine so close to our nerve endings that go to the whole body. And then I'm going to invite you to move into your hips and into your buttocks. And as you pleasure your hips and your buttocks, I'm going to invite you to give love to your sexy chakra, your womb, and for men, your lingam, your wand of light, or Vajra, your thunderbolt. To imagine giving love there. Not yet starting to self-pleasure because we haven't even touched the legs yet. And we really want to go to the whole body before we actually start to do any self-pleasure, which you can do after we're done. Or if you need to today, that's okay. But I'm going to invite you to tease yourself by holding off and just bypassing going any deeper and giving love to the whole external area in your pelvis, your buttocks, and the area of your vulva. And then move down into your thighs and legs before you come back. So as you caress your legs, inviting you to imagine that you can give gratitude to these amazing legs that take you around every day, that carry you, that hold you, that run with you or bike with you or stand firm in your life. or take you through amazing, fun yoga movements or playful recreational movements. We don't give our thighs enough thanks, and especially for women, we sometimes will speak in a derogatory manner about our thighs instead of giving them love. And so when we have gratitude for our legs, gratitude for our feet in the way that we touch ourselves, our bodies begin to really feel that love. And we begin to really feel how worthy we are of truly being loved and honored and adored. Because when we can do self-love in this way, and self-pleasure in this way, we actually teach our body how it wants to be loved, how he or she wants to be loved. And so we will not accept any less from anyone, because we know if somebody grabs us, unless we love them deeply and we're ready for that, it may not be the thing that nourishes most, as opposed to somebody touching us gently. And when they have opened our hearts and we've come to deep love, then it's okay to grab. All in perfect order, all in due time. And so now I'm going to invite you to, if you wish, go ahead and come into a practice of self-pleasuring into your yoni, your sacred space, with deep reverence, or your lingam. So instead of doing that, which you're probably used to, or if you're a woman, doing that, which most people are used to, imagine, I'm going to show for each one. If you're a man, imagine that you're discovering this new amazing thing in your body, and you're going to just caress it as though it is something new and different. And you've never experienced your own touch before. And you're exploring what feels good to me right now. What would really feel incredible? What would really turn me on, as opposed to doing something that is rote or habit, because then you're not really present. The most present you can be is when you are curious, exploratory, fully present in every nuance. For women, it's a little different, but let's pretend this is the vulva. There is your clitoris right here. But around here are your juicy, let's say this is the clitoris, that might make more sense. And these are the outer lips, and these are the inner lips. And you want to touch all around the outer lips, where the clitoral legs come down from the clitoris, and the vestibular bulbs, which are part of the clitoris, come down through here, and the perineal sponge is under here, underneath the opening of the yoni, and above the opening of the anus, which would be right here. And so you want to explore this perineal area in between the outer lips, where the pleasure centers are, the above the lips, where the energetic space at the vulva, at the triangle, the energetic space of the second chakra, and really explore there. So before you touch your clitoris, you're going to actually explore all around. You can do this motion here called pet the kitty, coming up gently or coming down gently this way, but without focusing too much on the clitoris, until she starts saying, touch me, touch me, touch me. And then you may want to get some coconut oil, because it feels even better when you've got coconut oil on it and you're gently arousing your yoni. I invite you to really enjoy this practice and to take it in to your self-pleasuring. If you're not self-pleasuring on a regular basis, I invite you to please start in this way. If you are, I invite you to self-pleasure from this place of self-love exploration, curiosity, and amazing attention to pleasure and presence. My name is Lourdes Starshower, and you can access my free gift by going to my website, TantraHealerFlorida.com. It is energetic ecstasy, and it teaches you how to move energy into your body, move energy through your body for higher levels of pleasure, passion, and ecstasy. I teach workshops in Palm Beach County. I teach retreats, and I have one coming up in April. I teach couples Valentine's retreats, and I have one of those coming up this month in February, on February 16th and 17th. So much love, so much respect, so much devotion to you, your path, and your becoming, and your awakening, and your deepening into higher and higher pleasure. Namaste.